Sheikha Hind Al Maktoum is the First Lady of Dubai and one of the most mysterious women in royalty. Married to Dubai's ruler, Sheikh Mohammed, one of the richest men on earth, she's the only wife who has remained by his side. While some of his other wives ran away and others he kicked out, Hind has stayed with him for over 50 years, raising 12 children together. So, what's the story behind the golden mask she always wears? Who is she? And is she truly happy in her marriage? Watch the full video to find out. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell icon to get notified when I upload a new video. Let's get started. Hind Al Maktoum, the First Lady of Dubai, is also the proud mother of Crown Prince Sheikh Hamdan. Born on February 12, 1962, she belongs to the powerful Al Maktoum family, the ruling dynasty of Dubai. Hind's mother, Sheikha, was the daughter of Dubai's ruler, Saeed II. Growing up, Hind was raised in the palace, where she lived a life deeply rooted in Islamic traditions. She rarely left the palace, as if destiny itself was shaping her for something extraordinary. Hind's connection to Sheikh Mohammed went way back to their childhood. They were cousins on both sides of their families, maternal and paternal. The defining moment in her life came when she was just 17. In 1979, her parents and Mohammed's parents decided it was time for them to marry. At the time, Sheikh Mohammed was 30, already a respected leader as the head of Dubai's police and the defense minister, and living the bachelor life. 2 years before his engagement to Hind, Sheikh Mohammed had a daughter named Manal, born to a Lebanese woman, Rhonda. It seemed that Mohammed's family had grown weary of his love affairs, and they decided it was time to show the world that the sheikh was settling down. To make a statement, they planned a wedding like no other. The event was grand, not just as a celebration of love, but also to demonstrate the UAE's newfound wealth and global progress thanks to booming oil revenues. Mohammed and Hind's wedding was the first major public event in Dubai, and it felt more like a national celebration than just a wedding. The festivities took place near the Royal Zabil Palace, with the vast sandy area in front of it cleared and transformed. Poles for lighting were set up and decorated, and a 20,000-seat stadium was constructed specifically for the occasion. The entire event was a spectacle, signaling both personal and political milestones for the emirate. The scale of the celebration was immense, with only VIPs allowed inside the stadium. Meanwhile, hundreds of thousands of ordinary Arabs gathered in the open air, the only place where they could witness such an extraordinary event. It was a wedding like no other in the Emirates. As part of the spectacle, a procession of 20 rare camels delivered gifts to Hind. These were not just any gifts. They were presents from Mohammed and the aristocratic guests, laid at the feet of the bride in a display of wealth and grandeur. The gifts were as extravagant as the wedding itself: outfits adorned with rubies and diamonds, stunning jewelry, antique dishes, and fine carpets, along with several luxury cars. For 5 days, every resident of Dubai was treated to free food and entertainment. It was a celebration like no other in the city's history. For the first time, a grand air show dazzled the skies, while guests enjoyed thrilling camel races, where Sheikh Mohammed Al Maktoum triumphed effortlessly. After his victory, he placed the gold cup he won at the feet of his bride, adding yet another memorable moment to the event. The aristocrats who attended the wedding were stunned by the sheer extravagance of the event. A staggering $137 million was spent on the celebration, making it the most expensive wedding in history, a record that earned it a place in the Guinness Book of Records. No bride in the world had ever experienced a wedding of this scale before. Yet, despite the unimaginable luxury, 17-year-old Hind remained unfazed. Once the celebrations ended, she embraced her role as a devoted wife and mother. Over the next 2 decades, she gave birth to 12 children, bringing a new life into the world almost every year, a remarkable feat. But her love and care extended beyond her own children. Hind also took in several foster children from orphanages, giving them a home and a family. Her life, though lived in immense privilege, became one of quiet dedication to her family and those in need. However, some of Hind's foster children were not orphans. They were actually Sheikh Mohammed's children from his other wives. The sheikh, known for his romantic escapades, brought them into Hind's care, entrusting his senior wife to raise them as her own. But rather than objecting, Hind welcomed them with open arms. She had a deep love for children and never saw a difference between her own and those she took in. A year after the wedding, Hind gave birth to her first child, a daughter named Hessa. The following year, she welcomed a son, Rashid. He was destined to succeed his father as the ruler of Dubai, and Hind poured her heart into raising him. She instilled in him wisdom, strength, and a sense of duty, shaping him into the kind of leader the people of Dubai could believe in. Tragedy struck when Hind's beloved son Rashid, the brilliant athlete and heir to the throne, passed away from a heart attack at just 33 years old. It was a devastating loss, but Hind knew she couldn't let grief consume her. She still had other children to raise, guide, and prepare for their futures. Life had more trials in store for her. Her husband, Sheikh Mohammed, was known for his many wives, so many that he likely couldn't even remember them all. At any given time, he had 3 or 4 wives, but the lineup often changed. Whenever a wife quarreled with him, he would end the marriage and take the children for himself. Hind witnessed it all, but remained silent. She had been raised with strict Muslim values, where patience, duty, and acceptance were deeply ingrained in her. As part of her upbringing and traditions, Hind always wears a burqa, a metallic-colored cloth mask commonly worn by Arab women in the Gulf. Though the word sounds similar to burqa, which covers the entire face, the burqa only conceals part of it. In the past, it was an essential part of a woman's daily attire, symbolizing femininity and modesty. Today, it is mostly worn by older women, keeping the tradition alive. But in 2004, Hind faced a difficult challenge. Sheikh Mohammed married Princess Haya of Jordan, a striking beauty 12 years younger than Hind. Unlike the Sheikh's senior wife, Haya was active in the public eye, attending events with him, giving interviews, and leading social initiatives. She was glamorous, outspoken, and ambitious, a stark contrast to Hind, who had always remained in the background. But this marriage ended in scandal. After 15 years, Princess Haya fled the palace with her 2 children, seeking refuge in London. In a historic legal battle, she won a staggering $730 million settlement from Sheikh Mohammed, the most expensive divorce in history. Ironically, the Sheikh now held 2 world records related to his wives. He had spent an astronomical sum on his wedding to Hind, only to pay an even larger amount later to end his marriage with Haya. Yet Sheikh Mohammed didn't seem to have any regrets. After all, both women gave him far more than just financial burdens. Hind, in particular, played a crucial role in shaping his legacy. She devoted her life to raising his children, ensuring they grew up to be responsible and successful. Crown Prince Hamdan is actively leading the Emirates into the future, preparing to take his father's place as ruler. 7 more of her sons have taken up roles in government, business, and science. As for her daughters, almost all have married well and are now raising families of their own. Hind's quiet strength and dedication have left an undeniable mark on Dubai's royal family. Today, in her 60s, Hind has fulfilled her role as a mother and taken on new responsibilities. She quietly supports her husband in governing Dubai, dedicating her time to charity, advocating for women's participation in government, and overseeing social initiatives. Yet, true to her nature, she remains behind the scenes, never seeking public recognition for her work. Interestingly, some speculate that the rare photos claimed to be of Hind are actually of Mama Noura, the nanny who helped raise Sheikh Mohammed's children. Others believe there are only a handful of real photos of Hind, all taken in her youth. Dubai's First Lady is deeply respected and admired by the people. For many women in the Emirates, Hind represents the ideal of grace, patience, and devotion, qualities of a true Muslim woman. She has stood by her husband through triumphs and hardships, weathering his many romances and challenges without complaint. Perhaps this is what true selfless love looks like, one that endures through every test of time. What do you think? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more. As always, thank you for watching. See you in the next video.